Ethan Keller!
That's fun, bro. Caterpillars really fuck with me because I don't understand how they just make a cocoon and turn into a butterfly and just know to do it. Like maybe like when caterpillars were like evolving to be like, or butterflies were evolving, like a caterpillar built the cocoon and then just came out like a caterpillar with like stronger legs. It's possible. Or like little wings but couldn't fly yet, and they were like, why did I bother? Why did I bother making this? Took a lot of effort because it doesn't look easy building a cocoon. I mean, like, is it like the same kind of urge that drives us to like have a career and stuff? There's like, they would just feel pathetic if they didn't build a cocoon. It's like, why haven't I built a cocoon yet? I'm a piece of shit. I'm disappointing everyone. I'm a bad caterpillar. You know, these are the things I think about. That's not an original thought though, I definitely read that somewhere. It still fucks with me though. I hate sunglasses. My name is Ethan Kellart, and tonight I will be doing stand-up comedy for the very first time while being filmed. You know what they are? They're an accessory masquerading as a tool. At least jewelry, you know they're just wearing it for the sake of it. But sunglasses, they're a lie. There's only one place for them, and that's a car. Or perhaps interstellar travel.
What does being a comedian mean to me? It means I have enough self-assuredness to the point of narcissism where I'll say, hey, pay money to come see me be funny for an hour, as if that's something they can't get from the people they already know. That's what it means to me.
The thing I like most about comedy is that you can say whatever you want and there's no real gatekeepers. So if you have a thought, you can go on stage and you can just try it that day. And yeah, I've pretty much found it very empowering to do things for myself. I don't think anyone wants to be told what to think unless you do, but that's weird to me. Like Norm Macdonald said, like, call me old-fashioned, but I think comedians should just try to be funny.
Just putting yourself on the line and, you know, telling someone, you know, some of your best jokes, and if they don't laugh, it's pretty crushing.
I like to say that I engage in the foreplay and then I hand over the orgasm to another performer or to whoever I'm doing the warm-up for.
I guess I just love to laugh.
But I mean, primarily, it's to make people laugh, to give people a good time.
I first thought about doing stand-up comedy probably over a year ago, but I was just too lazy to go out to do it. Also, since it's kind of a daunting thing to go and do. There are only 3 types of people I accept wearing sunglasses, and that's Keanu Reeves. Wait, 4. I just thought of Keanu Reeves.
Comedy is a stupid genre because you stop doing it as soon as the people watching you didn't like it. So imagine you're a terrible guitarist, can't sing for shit, and you do a song. Everyone's like, well, that was still a song. It was a song. If you're bad at comedy, or if you're doing comedy that your audience doesn't like and they don't laugh, it's kind of not comedy. So it's defined by finding the right people in front of you.
Oh, God. That's so stupid.
Yeah, it is a terrifying thing to do. It is a frightening thing to do, but not always.
Personally, think it's scary. You know, going on stage, you know, I shake before. Sometimes I shake when I get on stage, and you know, it takes me a little bit to stop shaking. But it's entirely justified if people are terrified of stand-up, because it's putting yourself out there. You're seeing all these people, you know, you don't know them all. They're not your friends. You're standing there, you're in front of them, you're speaking, you're you.
I think stand-up is presented by a lot of people who do it as a very difficult and exclusionary thing. And I think that's part of that sort of culture of ego in stand-up.
I think it is that we're just scared to chat to anyone who's not going to respond to us. You know, we're so used to anytime we talk, you have to be reassured by someone like nodding or saying yeah. So when it's on stage and it's possible the audience will never say anything back to you, or they'll just stare at you or have their arms folded. That is something that's very intimidating, and that's why comedians, I think there is something a little bit wrong with us, because we keep putting ourselves in that situation every time.
And even if no one laughs, I'll think it's funny. And then maybe they'll think it's funny that I think it's funny. Because there's nothing worse than listening to a guy tell jokes without confidence or delivery. It's just sad to watch. So that's really what I'm trying to do, like try to get into that headspace where I'm not nervous when I get up on stage and not bumbling. Yeah.
One of the biggest secrets to me is to be comfortable on stage. I think an audience can smell fear, and they're not in a position to laugh if they think that you're not comfortable.
So, you know, maybe don't start with stand-up is what I tell people. I'd say just go to a storytelling night. You know, some pubs have storytelling nights. Just go and tell a story. And then if there's no pressure to be funny, then you'll learn how to exist on stage without having any pressure to be funny.
So I heard a good way to improve your life is to write down a list of goals. So I have, and I'll read them to you now. Find a job that brings financial freedom. Do things I enjoy often. Pursue hobbies. Fix sleeping habits. Get license. Now, I wrote that down a year ago, and I've done none of those things. But you know what I have done in the past year? Lots of drugs. Yeah, they're mostly just, you know, self-deprecating, I guess. Or not even self-deprecating, just kind of introspective. There's not a lot of like really well-structured jokes, like set up punchline. I think it's mostly just thoughts.
If a joke doesn't work on stage, everyone knows.
Yeah, I hope they're funny to anyone except me.
There were times, you know, I got, there were 150 people at a Bucks night in a hotel in Frankston who were all chanting, fuck off, and I fucked off.
It's like, why the fuck am I here? Like, you don't want to be here. Why am I here? Like, let's just call it a day, but you can't, you know, you just have to push through it.
Why didn't they get this joke? Okay, I didn't say it right. How can I make sure I say it right in the future? And if I say the joke the same and it doesn't land again, how can I make it land? How can I change it in that moment? Even though I've, you know, mucked up the punchline, how can I change it so it still gets the laugh?
I've probably written down what I'm going to say tonight maybe like 4 times, and each time I remove words from it and make it more dot points, so I'm not reading off the page. But I still think I'm going to take this on stage with me in case I forget. So before my family feeds my dog anything like a snack or dinner or what have you, they always make it sit and lie down. And it's like, why? Can't we just feed him? Is it too much to ask? I don't get why my family likes dominating my dog so much.
When you're starting, you do have a certain naivety, and you have a recklessness that can be put to good use.
Because I look in my dog's eyes every time while it stands there waiting for food, and then it gets told to sit. And it's like, what do you gain from this? Must we do this again? It's like if I bought my girlfriend flowers and was like, honey, I got you flowers, but first, run up and down the stairs. Come on, up the stairs. She's like, why? And I'm like, come on. She's like, why? I'm like, it's what I like.
It's like a band making their first album. You know, they've spent 20 years or so, in a way, writing it. And if you're a comedian, you might have spent 20, 25 years living life that can then explode on stage.
Like, here's just one. Just sometimes I see people at protests and I get jealous because I've never cared about anything that much in my life. I've never cared about something strong enough to go make a sign, carry a sign, and hold up a sign angrily. I literally have no idea what it's like to feel that kind of passion. But I'll deliver it better. Yeah, my comedy probably does have a lot to do, like the jokes I'll be making have a lot to do with the position I am in life, and that is, you know, a position that many young people are in where they don't know what to do with themselves and they don't know their place in the world. So yeah, that definitely will come into my comedy. But it's not all about that either. It's mostly just thoughts and introspection. But I guess since I don't do much, I have a lot of time to think. Yeah. Well, I'm pretty nervous about tonight, and if you want to make someone nervous about something, a good way to do it is to film the entire process and ask them a lot of questions about it.
Yeah.
But oh well. It'll be fun. I'm excited. So I'm 19 years old, and I always hear people talk about the energy they had when they were my age, and you know how good they felt? I have no fucking idea what they're talking about. I have to tell you guys, I feel pretty bad actually. At best, I feel normal and a bit tired. But at least I know it'll only get worse, so that's right. You know, people always get mad about Kim Kardashian and like think she doesn't deserve the money she's had. But no matter how little work she's done for that money and fame, I've done less. So can I really be mad? The answer's yes. I'm quite cross at Kim Kardashian. Kim! Oh yeah, sometimes I see people at protests and I get jealous because I've literally never cared about anything that much in my life. Like, I've cared about things before, but to make a sign and carry a sign and like hold up a sign angrily, I have no idea what it's like to feel that kind of passion. And I also feel like protests are a really ineffective way to protest. Like, do people in power even care when people protest? Like, are they like, oh no, they're protesting, what are we gonna do? Or are they just like, arrest them. And then they just drink poor people's blood and fuck each other. Because that's what I would do. That's what I would do if I was Scott Morrison. You know, someone mentioned Scott Morrison to me the other day, and I thought he was the lead singer of a rock band. But it turns out that's Jim Morrison. And Scott Morrison is the leader of the country. So fuck me, right? Yeah. I wish that was a lie as well. Anyway, that's all I have. Thanks. That's fun.
Give it up! Ethan Keller! Big round of applause, everyone. Firstly, he popped his cherry. It's good. And hit the political stuff.
Yeah. My set went actually a lot better than I expected, so that's good. People laughed, so that's always the goal. And I'll be doing it again, I think. My fears were, I don't know, I can't think of the word. Whatever. Yeah, it was really fun. I'm glad it happened. I had heaps of fun. And now, a new chapter of my life has begun.